You're so damn fine. I know you love me, but you gotta leave now. Now you don't care about us.
Hey guys, it's Deja, the Princess of Variety, and I am back with a new Sims video. In this video, I want to talk about some of the things that it would be cool if the Sims team added into the game. As you're watching this video, do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and also comment what you would like to see added to The Sims 4. Whether it be expansion packs, new features that have never been there, let me know down in the comments below. So as we all may or may not know, they finally added toddlers back into the game. For those of you that did not know or are not aware of this, or maybe you played the old Sims games but you never really played Sims 4, or you just didn't notice because you don't play it that much anyways, in Sims 2 and 3 we had toddlers in the game. To be exact, in Sims 3 you could have a baby, they would grow up to toddler, then child, then teen, then young adults, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they had young adults in Sims 3, then adult and elder. In Sims 4, you buy the game, no toddlers to be found. Everyone was just like, okay, this is weird. This is supposed to be an upgrade from Sims 3, not a downgrade. Why are we losing features instead of gaining new features? The game came out in 2014. They added toddlers maybe like a week ago or so. So 3 years? Jeez. It took them quite a while, but I'm glad they added toddlers back into the game because they honestly didn't have to, and they added them back into the game in a free update. They could have completely and totally charged all of us for toddlers, and we all probably would have bought it too, but the fact that they added it back into the game in a free update along with some furniture and clothing and stuff like that, I think that's really awesome. So yay for toddlers. Me personally, I haven't played with the toddlers just yet, but I'm sure they're very interesting. I've seen a few video clips and they can do a lot more than they used to be able to from what I've seen. So I think that's really awesome. So for the features and packs and whatnot that I think would be awesome if they were added into The Sims 4, some I think it's just kind of far-fetched, but some I think they could actually add back into the game or create for the game. I think it would be really awesome if we had the following features. The first thing are buses and carpools. Carpools I don't really care about as much, but I feel like if they added buses, it's kind of like, why not? Because in The Sims 1 and Sims 2 and whatnot, the kids would get on the bus and go to school. You know, if you had work, you would leave in a carpool. Now you just walk to the edge of the screen and disappear. I understand Sims 4 isn't open world, so it's kind of like, why add cars? Me personally, I don't care if they add cars to The Sims 4 just because the game isn't open world, and I don't want to see my sim drive off the lot for 2 seconds and then the car disappears. I just feel like that's a waste of my time. They could at least put buses and carpools back into the game. I mean, that was in there since Sims 1. So it's like, I mean, in Sims 3, I don't think they had buses, but they didn't have carpools because you could just buy your own car. But, or maybe they did have carpools in Sims 3. I don't remember, guys. I haven't played Sims 3 in so long. I just feel like they should have buses and carpools. Like, it's such a simple feature, and I'm missing my Sims get on the bus and whatnot. And plus, like, it was a great way to know that it was time to go to school or time to go to work when you would hear the bus or the carpool blowing outside your house. The next thing I think they could add are more traits. More traits overall, and maybe free updates here and there. Add some new traits just for fun. But mostly what I mean by more traits is us being able to choose 5 traits for our Sims instead of 3. Because I feel like my Sims don't feel distinctly different from one another. Yeah, sometimes their emotions change based on the 3 traits they have, but I feel like it would totally be awesome if they could have more traits. I feel like it would add more of a personality to our Sims. Along with more traits, I think it would be cool if they added more worlds, whether they charge us like, you know, $2 or $5 for each new world, or they added them in a free update, because I feel like they just add worlds in expansion packs and game packs and whatnot instead of, no, actually I think they only add them in expansion packs. Yeah, they do. New Crest was added in a free update. I just feel like they should add more worlds and not have them attached to an expansion pack, just add more worlds for fun. Speaking of worlds, I think it would be cool. I don't know why they didn't implement this into the game in the first place, because I feel like it would have made more sense. But you guys know how you can click on a section to live in, like in a town, like it's the whole world, and then it's like the section for this neighborhood and that neighborhood and this area and that area. I don't understand why they didn't make each area open world. Like, if I'm living next to someone, why do I have to wait for a loading screen to go next door? You know, and I'm not one of the people that's like, that hates loading screens. Like, I don't mind loading screens as much as a lot of other people do that play The Sims 4, but I think when the building or the house or whatever is right next door, I feel like it's kind of ridiculous to have to wait for a loading screen for that. Now, if it's someplace that's across the entire map, okay, I don't mind waiting. If it's next door or in that area, I feel like I shouldn't have to wait for a loading screen. Like, I should just be able to go in. It would make the world feel a lot more connected in a way. I feel like it wouldn't be so bad on people's computers if it wasn't completely open world, but it would still satisfy people to an extent. I feel like we need more vacation spots. Like, outdoor retreat was cool, but it's like, okay, like, you can only go to the woods so many times before it's like, okay, I want to go to the beach now. So I feel like they should add like some, maybe it could be in a game pack or an expansion pack or something where you can go to the beach, the mountains. It would just be cool to be able to go other places and you know, stay in a hotel and whatnot. And they could also implement being able to run a resort into that expansion pack and things like that. They could add a bunch of objects and a bunch of new bathing suits or winter gear or whatever, depending on what vacation spots were included. It could just be a really cool way for them to expand on the game. One thing that they took away from Sims 4 was story progression, because story progression was in The Sims 3. And basically, for those of you that don't know, story progression is basically when the townie Sims or NPC Sims, basically their lives continue. Like, they're not just stagnant Sims. For instance, I had made these twins, and my character lived in her house with her husband, and then I put her in a house like across the town. She was in this cute little one-bedroom house, and she was living her life. I talked to her like later, and she had a job, and I was like, okay, I didn't give her a job, so I don't know how she got one, but it was because of story progression. So she had got her own job, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then later, I saw her and she had a boyfriend. Like, it showed up in the little relationship panel that she had a boyfriend, and I was like, okay, she has a boyfriend now, that's cool. And then later I saw that she had moved to this like rundown, it was a complete shack. It was ugly. She had moved to this ugly house, and it had like a swamp in the front yard, and it was just bad. It was just really bad. But it was so cool because, like, I think her boyfriend like ended up cheating on her, or she cheated on him or something. And I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like the option to like tell one of them that they were being cheated on had popped up when I was talking to them. It was just so cool. It was like she had her own life, and you know, I wasn't controlling that. And I feel like that's so awesome. Like, when the townie Sims have their own lives. And in The Sims 4, they don't get pregnant on their own, they don't get jobs on their own, they don't get in relationships on their own, they don't move houses or anything. They just live in the house they're in and die. It's just a really sad life, and it doesn't feel like the town is thriving at all. I feel like it would be so awesome if they added that into the game. And I know they have MC Command Center mod. I use that mod, but I just feel like it's not something a mod should have to do, especially when it was in The Sims 3. I feel like that's just something they should have in the game automatically. Like, I don't want to talk to a bunch of zombies in my town. Like, I want to talk to some people that got some drama going on in their lives. So, expansion pack wise, I would love to see pets. I think pets is actually coming soon. There's speculation about it coming. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Generations. I want to see Generations. I think that was a really awesome expansion pack. I don't mind Seasons either. Seasons is awesome. But I know a lot of people like those. A lot of people are waiting for those. Especially like Pets and Seasons. I see people talking about wanting those all the time. But that's not me. The one that I'm waiting for is University Life. That is my fave. That's always been my favorite. University life is just awesome. Like, I love being able to let my Sims go to, you know, college and stuff. It's freaking awesome. Like, what the heck? Like, I love university. They can live in a dorm and stuff. I'm just so excited to see what they do with university with Sims 4. And I'm going to be so pissed if they don't make that. They need some sort of school expansion pack or game pack or something. Like, I've never been able to see, like, my teenagers and my children go to school. I want to see them go to school. Like, they need a school expansion pack that's, like, different from university, I guess. Or it can all be included. Like, they can have preschools, middle schools, high schools. It would be awesome. They could have the colleges. Each school could, like, be different from one another. They could have, like, teachers and stuff. It would be really cool. They need to add that into the game, because I'm tired of sending my Sims off to rabbit holes and, you know, off the screen, and I don't see them for a few hours and then they come back pissed because something happened at school. Okay, like, I want to see that stuff happen. I don't want to hear about it. I'm sure there's a lot more things that I want to see in The Sims, but basically those are the main ones. I feel like those would be game changers, honestly. Even if they added half of those things in, I feel like it would definitely be a game changer. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you comment below what you want to see in The Sims 4 in the future, whether it be something old, something new, expansion pack, game pack, stuff pack, whatever. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about toddlers if you have played with them yet. And I will see you guys next time. So yeah, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye.
Never lose your flames. Whoa.